Shout out to my mom, man, because mom. I started thinking the other day, my mom is the real MVP because there was a lot of times that I would say, "Yo, y'all need to let this go," to our parents, right? Me and my sister, y'all need to let this go, but she would be like, "No, because you need your father." No, because you need your father, and we never understood that shit. We was like,
so,
"Nah, but you guys need
so
to."
you're saying your mom endured?
My mom went through her shit,
Yeah.
but we had a dad in the house.
Right.
So it's a gift and a curse situation there.
I understand.
But because of all the lessons that we learned in life, not looking back, because it's always looking back, not looking back at everything that was taught and learned and everything that was unlearned and all the jewels and all the shit. And me becoming a parent and it hitting me full motion like that, like full circle, like I understand why she said, no, because you need your father there. Because, we're going through challenges with our partners and stuff and, things may happen and things may not work out, but you're still a father.
Yeah.
I despise those men that just step away and just do an about face and just leave. But
bro,
you got to understand
that was a lot of the
situation.
90s.
That was
a lot of a lot of all this hard, what they call it, I don't know if you producer, you can tell me if I'm wrong, like hard women, right? There's a concept of hard women.
Yeah.
They had to be hard because there was no men, bro. There was no men. And then now you have, all right, so let's take it to now. Now you have all these women, I'm gonna do my own shit. That's cool. You wanna do your own shit? Dope.
100%.
But don't tell me that if you met a guy that said, yo, I could bring this to the table.
Yeah.
You wouldn't like that.
I always tell my wife, I want to make sure that I'm raising strong, independent women, but they know that if a man comes along and he needs to handle things, they got to step back and let him handle things.
Yeah, have his little division, right? His area. Let him have his area. This is what I do.
Because you don't want to emancipate your man either. And that's a whole trauma in itself.
You know what?
It's a lot, bro.
No, a lot of, I think nowadays also people are a little more sensitive to shit because there's no emasculating unless you really feel that way, but that really comes from within.
Yeah.
It comes from within, bro. You can't say anything somebody says to me, I'm like, okay. Because I know my truth.
You know your truth.
I live my path every day. I'm all right.
I'm more talking about like women not letting a man lead when he
because
has the capability to prevent. But that's the thing.
Never had it. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's all perspective.
Yeah, I think somebody go 180.
Yes.
You got to kind of integrate, and it goes behavior. Like, look, I personally believe they're like that sometimes because they're defensive. Because maybe they've been disappointed. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know every woman in America, but it's like, all right, I'll use an easy example. You're a man or a woman and you got played. Your next relationship is gonna be hell, bro, because you have that trauma, right? So
the next person
the next person's about to get some shit. And they gotta have to either understand, all right, I'm gonna have to work a little extra on this to try to pull this apart, or they're not gonna make it either. Because let's be real, you can't just dump your shit on everybody else and think everybody's gonna, supposed to bow down. Like, you have to understand, I'm fucked up. Why? Because he or she was fucked up. Not because I'm fucked up. We just had a fucked up thing. This doesn't have to be fucked up. This could be good.
For both men and women, you know how many men and women can't be alone, like for 2 seconds and figure themselves out, just like you said?
Oh.
Like, you have to spend time with yourself, man.
Silence, yeah.
Even if, like, let's say the prior relationship was damaging, spend some time alone. Don't rush to the second relationship because the damage is going to show up there. And you're going to hurt somebody that you may have not intended to hurt, but the pain is the pain. You got to heal before you continue. But even that in itself is not really taught. Like, you just out here rambling and moving along in your life. So it's a lot going on, brother. And then that's where men sometimes will have a relationship and leave and exit and leave the baby and exit and go somewhere. So it's a lot going on. And just everybody. I'm not spewing or throwing mental health at people, but just figure yourself out. Figure yourself out, dive deep, reflect, and then move accordingly.
And if we're talking about marriage in general, I'd say that you got to remember there's you, there's your wife or husband, and then there's the marriage, right? So the balance becomes keeping your individualism as you grow, because you're both going to evolve and grow. And as long as your main pillars are the same, it should be okay. But some people, they're going to have different interests, and that's okay. But understand that the relationship needs its work also. And going back to what I said earlier, because this has been like a thing in my head lately. Where are you? Like, so if I'm in an agitated state, everything is easily agitating me, right? So I shouldn't trust my reaction to this right now. I shouldn't trust my judgment on this yet.